Page 46, rope bridge. This is the first lesson in Unit 3. Hopefully you're keeping up with all the stuff and all the symbols, because this is a good time, since we're starting a new unit, this is a good time to go back to the beginning of the book and review everything. Review all the lessons. Make sure you know and understand what all the symbols are in the book and what all the notes are in the music that we've used so far, because we're adding notes with this one. We're learning more notes in the music. Yeah, I assume you know the names of the keys on the piano by now. If you've been using stickers on your piano keys, take the stickers off. It's time that you've learned to ride the bicycle without the training wheels. So take the stickers off. You should know the names of the keys by now. If not, I kind of wonder if you're ready to go on. I don't think so. However, I'm going to pretend everything is hunky-dory, so to speak, and we're going to continue. At the top of the page, they're introducing some more symbols. That whole rest you've already shown. They've been using it in pieces throughout. It's a box. It's like the half rest is a box, except this box is under the line. It's hard to see because the half rest looked like a hat. Well, actually, it's just a box sitting on a line. This is a box hanging under a line. Look in rope bridge, in the bottom staff in the first measure, you see that box? That's a whole rest. It's hanging under the line. I'll talk more about it when we get whole rest and half rest together and you got them both and you think, wait, what's going on? Yeah, I'll talk more about it then. Then also they're doing what they call a dynamic shading thingy. They're Italian words, crescendo, diminuendo, or decrescendo, whatever. Crescendo means gradually get louder, gradually, and decrescendo or diminuendo means gradually get softer. So you're not just loud, and then suddenly you're soft. You can blend it in. So you're playing a note, you get louder, and softer. You're gradually changing it. All right. And that's what those arrows mean. Now, if you're forgetting which arrow means which, the way I do it, like in rope bridge, you see the arrows in the first line? You have each one. You're reading music from left to right, depending on which way you're going here. So as I'm reading the music, if the arrow starts at a point and the lines get wider, I get louder. The wider the lines get, I'm getting louder. If the lines start apart and start coming together, I'm getting softer. As I'm reading it, I'm getting softer. And that's how I remember which arrow does which. So in rope bridge, that first arrow, I'm gradually going to get louder. And the second arrow, I'm going to gradually get softer. There is a problem in music in the way it's printed, and I'll talk more about that in the future, is that they don't always put the arrows exactly where they go. You're saying, no, it started right on this note, so I'm going to do it here. No. They're giving you the idea of a pretty close where it goes, but the music has to tell you exactly where to start and exactly where to end. So we have to rely on the music for that. So let's look rope bridge over. We got some new notes in the left hand. These notes down here. I think before we've only gone to here, so you got to add these notes. And I leave it to you to memorize those notes. You see them there in the third and fourth measure. Here, E, D, C. You need to memorize those notes just in the music instantly. Do the play and say it drill if you have to, but memorize the notes. And what's the play and say it drill? Well, I explained that a few times in previous lessons. So go back and watch the lessons in this book up to this point and you'll catch up. So I look it over. It's 2 lines long with a repeat, so we're going to repeat it. Treble, bass, clef, 4/4 time signature. I see quarter notes and whole notes. I mean, there's whole rests and things too, but I'm less concerned about the rest because all you're doing is being quiet there. You're not playing a note. You're playing a rest. So let's see where we're going. The right hand, again, don't use the chart. Let's see what we got. Right hand is on middle C, thumb, and that puts the hand here. The left hand is thumb on G, and that puts the hand here. And again, you don't need the finger numbers in the second line because you're here, and it's important you not be reading finger numbers. I might mention also, I've seen people in some of the music groups or teaching groups that I follow online, and they'll show a picture of a page or whatever a student's been doing, and they'll have handwritten in pencil the name of every note in the piece in the music. I would encourage you not to do that unless you simply don't know the names of the notes in the music. And you need to do the play and say it drill to learn the names of the notes in the music. So I would encourage you, you don't need to be writing in the names of the notes in the music, please, if you can help it. No. Occasionally you'll have to, but I'll talk about that when we get there. So the right hand's here, left hand's here, and it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1. And then the second line, look out. Both hands are playing at the same time. This is the first time we've done this. This is where I have to approach it in the process, one hand at a time first. So in that second line, it's the right hand is here. I'm just going to make sure I can play these notes okay in the right hand. And then the left hand, I'm going to make sure I can play those notes okay in the left hand. Did I say left hand twice? Never mind. And then I'll put them together. And this, I may hesitate. That's fine. I don't care. It's just here. And looks like I'm using the same fingers every time. That makes it a little easier. Even though the notes look like they're going crazy. Playing-wise, it's not too bad. Okay. So I put the hands together, play the notes, and then I'll go back over it slowly and get rid of any hesitations. And you should be able to play this, like everything else we've done, without looking at the keyboard. You might have to look occasionally, where am I? But otherwise, you need to be able to play this and keep your eyes on the music. So once I have the hesitations out, then I think about the articulation, and they don't give us any. I'm going to suggest you connect it up to the whole note and then lift up after the whole note. Here. Lift up here, like taking a breath. Lift up. And that second line, I connect the whole line together. And then the dynamics. It starts out MF, mezzo forte is moderately loud, whatever you think that is. But you have the arrow crescendo up to, and it doesn't tell you how loud to get, they usually don't. We're going to go up to loud, just a little bit. Go up to loud and then come back down. Start loud and come down to moderately loud. Here. And then the second line, now we start moderately soft. A little softer. We're going to go up to about a moderately loud and then back down. And then we're going to go up to loud. Here, moderately soft, loud. Like so, we're going to get loud there on that. Don't have to go that fast. I'm trying to get you to understand what the dynamics are doing here. And as far as how loud or so what you get when it doesn't say you feel it, what does it seem like it needs to? And I want to caution when using arrows, and I'll have to say this a few times, I'm sure. In the third measure, that arrow coming down, first note in the third line is still loud because I went up to loud. So here, because you don't change in an arrow exactly where the arrow starts, you change inside the arrow. Here, so the first note is still the same. Now I can change. Yeah, so change once you get into the arrow. Don't start changing at the arrow. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'll talk about it more. Because as I said, they don't always put the arrows where they belong. You have to, where does it tell you to put it? Where does the music want it to be? Then once I do the dynamics, I think about the speed. This is about that march left, right, here. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. As far as the technique for this, again, I use weight to push the notes down. So the louder it is, the heavier it is. I'm just adjusting how much weight I'm using. Let the wrist collapse a little bit. Don't tense up and start pounding on the piano. Unnecessary. Just keep the keys, or fingers on the keys, and you let weight do it. If you want it louder, just simply increase the weight. That's all. Takes a little getting used to, but it really is pretty simple once you get it. I guess most things are simple once you get them. natural accent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Remember that. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. Now remember, on these play with me sections, I don't do dynamics. We're not going to do the louds and soft. We're not performing it. We're just checking notes and rhythms. So I'll give us 4 counts and we will repeat it. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, repeat. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Oh. I like to do the duet at the bottom of the page. I need you to go up an octave again, so just pretend the middle C instead of here is up here. And instead of here, you're here, right up here. I'll speed it up a bit, and I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.